G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Heliborne with Mags. It has been a massive day playing around on the Heliborne servers. It is now officially out for early access on Steam. It was made available, well, at the time of making this video, around about 12 hours ago. I actually have spent so much time playing Heliborne today that I almost didn't have time to make this video. So with the game now being out on early access, there is always two questions you're going to get asked. What do you get for your money, and how much is it going to cost? So the cost of Heliborne now is official. It is up on Steam. It is $9.99 US. Currently you get access to 30 or just over 30 helicopters from 3 different eras in the game, with a long-term plan of the game is going to include 60. Now these 3 eras correspond to the 3 maps that are currently in the game: an early Vietnam War era map, a mid-Vietnam War era map, and a modern-day Afghanistan map using modern helicopters and current up-to-date hardware. These 3 maps that are in the game currently represent 2 separate game modes. One is a relatively standard capture the hill style setup, where you are to eliminate enemy helicopters trying to defend bases that you control, or capture bases from the enemy by deploying helicopters carrying troops on their locations, capturing the zones. And the final map, which you can see me playing here, which I actually covered on my last video, it's really best described as almost a MOBA base capture tug-of-war style map, where helicopters influence the movement of ground forces and their ability to progress towards an enemy base over time. I actually spent most of my time in this particular map because this one is really the crowning achievement for what JetCat's been able to do so far. Matches in this lasted forever. We were talking 30 and 40 minute matches, and it was intense. Every single time you thought you got a big push and made it almost all the way to the enemy base, the enemy would suddenly turn around and push back. Every time you felt like you were just about to lose, you would focus in on the enemy bases and push them back again, and the tug of war just kept going and going. It was fantastic. And even better for those that have been looking for something where you have an objective to play within the game rather than just go out and kill everything that's in the sky. I actually spent almost all of my time during these matches assaulting the bases, only engaging enemy helicopters when it was absolutely necessary to do so, and even then breaking out for cover and backup and support from surrounding bases or surrounding helicopters in most cases. It was really nice to play an arcade flight game that's battle tactics amounted to something more than kill all, don't die. But anyways, we're getting off topic here at the moment. We got 30 helicopters. We currently have 3 maps over 2 different game modes. At the moment, that is really the bare bones that are in the game. The menu system is fairly basic out of the game. It has a basic hangar that you can look through and view all of the aircraft models that are currently in the game and their subsequent loadout options that are available. Each helicopter has between 2 or 3 loadouts available to it that vary up the rockets or the weapons combination that you have on. Once they're selected, that's it. That's what you're going to battle with. Then you have your basic map selection screen, which again is rather basic, but that's to be expected. This is an alpha. On the right hand side of the screen you have all the maps that are currently available. Click on each of the maps, you can see how many missions are being played in each and every map and how many people are in each of those missions. You can either join an existing mission that is already running, or you can just create your own battle, so you have full control over what maps you're playing on. Once you're in game, you then pick whichever side you wish to fly as. Currently, there is no matchmaking, so it is possible for one team to stack the odds against another. However, once you have selected a team, why inside of a map, you are not restricted to just that team, and what I found myself doing is if the match ever got lopsided and I found myself on the higher team, I would just switch over to the lower team and start playing the aircraft on the opposite side. No big issue. The options menu in-game is relatively new and relatively basic. You have your basic graphics controls, you have your basic controls that you can rebind, and you have some simple sliders for your audio levels and so on. Nothing exactly complex there, but in the alpha state, you wouldn't expect there to be. Now, of course, being in an alpha state, we need to talk about the bugs, and there were quite a few. Some of them more of a problem than others. For example, occasionally some of your shots will not register a hit on a target on a direct hit. That's a minor issue. Something a little bit more major is occasionally you will spawn in a helicopter and it will just explode for no apparent reason on the helipad. Thankfully, with the game currently running in a click and spawn system, these were more amusing than annoying most of the time. and a reminder that what you were playing was an alpha product. Thankfully, the guys and girls over at Jetcat seem to be already on it. The first hot fix for the bugs that have been detected so far that they are aware of is due to roll out in the next 24 hours, with a content patch coming out either at the end of this week or the start of next week that will include a squad building system, allowing you to actually start setting yourself up with squads, along with the first run of balance tweaks for each of the individual maps. So, all in all, I'll say what we have here is a fairly smooth launch into early access. I spoke to a lot of people in each of the matches that I flew out in today to just get the opinions of the people that were actually playing the game, and the consensus seems to be that there is a lot of potential here, and everybody was having a really good time. My own personal feelings on the game were, in some cases, I was surprised by the nature of a couple of the bugs that I encountered. I thought it was stuff that possibly should have been looked over prior to the Steam release. However, it looks like Jetcat's going to be fixing them up within 24 hours anyway, so that's hardly an issue. Everything else, I was having a blast. I really was. So, this is Heliborne by Jetcat Games, now in early access. If you're somebody who likes to support early access games and this game appeals to you, I will have links for the Steam page for Heliborne in the video description below. If you're somebody who likes to wait till a game is out of early access and actually into release before you start spending money on it, I can certainly understand that. I would say jump over to the game's Steam page anyway and throw it on your wish list. That way you'll be able to keep close tabs on the game's development. Now, speaking of the game's development, for those that are interested, in the video description below I will also have links to Jetcat Games' current bug report list for Heliborne, so you'll be able to see all the bugs that they are currently aware of within the game, and also their current development roadmap, so you'll be able to see exactly what features they're planning on adding, in what order, and how they're planning on advancing the game through. So, as with my last Heliborne video, I'm going to finish this one off with a little bit of music and some moments from my gameplay over the last 6 hours. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.